You let people take advantage of you. And that's because of so many reasons. One is you're most probably very nice person. You're almost too nice, that let everyone else have it before me because perhaps I don't deserve it. I don't deserve to be considered. I don't deserve to be loved. You continuously might also victimize yourself. You try to put the blame on the things that you can't control. For example, the state of the world. And that is affecting your life in a way that you are not so satisfied with your life. But at the same time, you keeping on. You know, I'm not so nice person like you. When it comes to breaking barrier, force is needed. Sometimes violence is needed because destruction needs to be happen. And destruction has certain amount of violence to it. If you avoid violence, you will avoid life. You will avoid living it and letting other people take advantage of you because perhaps they are more violent. And the nature, after all, no matter how many times we want to call ourselves civilized, will favor the violent one more than a nice person. I'm not talking about murder or crime violence. I'm talking about overall energy of this destructive energy. You might want to participate in creative energy because you know it feels good. You know that how it should be because, of course, it's called creative energy. But sometimes you really need to focus on the destroying energy because you accumulated so much nonsense and trauma in your life that if you don't break them down, there is no way out of it. You need to come out of this nice person mentality. You need to come out of this victimizing mentality that, oh, perhaps it is what it is. I have it easier than, I don't know, perhaps more than 80% of other population, or 90%. Sometimes I need to be silent because some very noisy motorbikes are passing by from the land. So I don't want to record in that time. And sometimes also I'm silent just for the silence of it. Then you can also use it the times that I am silent. Just meditate, you know? Just be there. Don't skip these videos. Don't look for any good things, any value from it, because it doesn't have any value. If you're not with me, it doesn't have any value. The words are just nonsense at the end. What has value is me being with me, because I will help you to break your blockages. I will help you to break the barriers if you keep listening to me. You don't need to do much. You just need to be around. And slowly, my meditation will grow on you. Anyways, let's carry on with the talk. You know, I told you, I'm not a nice person. And therefore, I'm not that kind of life coach or reality manifester coach or whatever this trendy world designed to get attention of people who had enough of it, so they want a way out. So they have to just like cling on to these life coaches and business coaches and whatever coaches that try to help them create their own reality, again based on certain standards that, after all, there is no contentment and no happiness into it. No matter how much you try to achieve something, you will end up failing continuously. No matter what's the goal, if you want to become rich, or if you want to become reputable, or if you want to help people, you know, it's all overall a game, you know. And games are dangerous. Games are not for you. What's for you is just simple play without caring what's the goal, without caring what's the outcome. Just being there, living. And this living starts with destruction. This living starts with breaking the barrier of this idea of I can't control my life. Because you can. It's your life. No one else can tell you what to do and what not to do. And if you find yourself doing it because someone else or something else or some sort of system or society tells you this is the way, well, you're wrong. You can create your own system, you can create your own environment, you can create your own life. And that does not necessarily mean isolation. That does not necessarily mean you will not have access to social life or social communities. No, because that's also another fear of humanity, right? They can't break free. of what they get involved in the first place because of what others think about them, right? Because of the social aspect of it. How many times you find yourself pretending to be in a social gathering, just continuously pretending for so many reasons. Others are doing the same thing. Others also pretend. So you are just in a group of people that continuously people pretending to be someone that they're not. Isn't that annoying? Like, isn't that catastrophe in terms of human experience? Like being together, but, well, I don't want to show my real face, you know? Because you can't live your truth. You know, the moment you live your truth, you're afraid. You will get judged based on your culture, based on your society, based on the group of people that you are in. Then you get judged. Then what? Then you have to feel bad about it. Blame yourself all your life for things that you've done. And it's not really honestly bad, but you consider them very bad. You consider them, oh, this burden will just hold on to me for the rest of my life. I will always feel shameful, guilty, regretful of what I've done in my life. So I have so many things. And you think you wasted your life for being someone else? Yes, you did. You wasted all your life so far trying to be someone else that is not you. Why do you want to do that? Whatever years of your life is left, live it a little bit more juicy, you know? Live it a little bit more with abundance, you know? You live in absolute misery, very miser, right? Not abundant at all. When you live in abundance, you don't need to worry about anything. Anything. Everything is good. So you don't need to feel so much shame or guilt about so many things that you do. For example, I give you an example that it might not really fit well, but it will give you the idea that how abundance can help you really manifest your true self. Look, after I traveled to West, I realized that so many Westerners live in so little abundance in their life. Everything was a scarce in their life. Everything, at least in the way that they got educated, you know, everything was so limited in resources. So they had to always feel right about whatever they do. Otherwise, well, shame on them because how dare they waste the resources because that's their responsibility, right? But when you go to East, no matter how poor people are, they always live in abundance. They always use things and not think about wastage. Invest, everything is about waste. Less waste, and then what to do with the waste. And that's not necessarily a bad thing. That's just like always a burden. You have to always think about the waste. But this idea of waste is created in your head. There is no waste in the world. Nothing can be wasteful. The universe doesn't go on do its thing based on wastefulness. No, the universe goes on do its thing based on abundance. You know, when you have a apple farm and you're not a farmer really, you don't sell the apples. You just have an apple farm. Let's say you lived 10,000 years ago. When you have so much apple, what you do? You definitely eat the best one, right? And throw away the ones that are not so great because you can't consume all of them anyway. So the waste is just completely organic. There is no waste here. There is no possibility of waste. You eat the best and leave the rest for, let's say, birds or natural organic waste. But when you go to the supermarket, what you do? You pay more for the best apple, right? And then you take the apple, go home, you have like two pieces of apple. Okay, two apples. And then you eat one and a half, and half of the other apple goes bad, and you have to throw it away. Then you feel bad about it. You're like, oh my God, I'm wasting this apple. I paid this much for it, or I did this amount of work for it. What is this guilt? What is this shame that you're bringing to your life just simply by living? And it's not your fault, you know? It's just a design. It's just a design of society keep you captivated. Live in abundance, my friend. How? I will tell you how. First, minimalize your life. Reduce down all the thing that brings the idea of waste in your life. After you minimalized your life, you minimalize it again. And after you minimalize it again, you minimalize it again. I can't emphasize because I know what's the idea of minimalization in your head. And what I want to transfer to you is there is always, always something to get rid of. I emphasize, always at any time in your life, there is something that you can get rid of. Even when you live as a naked beggar, there will be something to get rid of. So I can't emphasize on it more. Start throwing away all that shit that you gathered your entire life, physically and mentally. Drop it. It's not going to serve you. It will never bring the contentment, the happiness, the joy, the bliss that you're always looking for in life. It's never gonna help. And if you don't believe it, you can simply look at the state of the world. The richest people on this planet are the most miserable people. Look at them. Just observe their way of living. Observe how they treat others. Observe how they live. You will realize they're living a pathetic life. And what? You want to be like them? Or what? In your head, you're like, no, I am not like them. I am very humble and nice. I am very much in need of only a few $1 million, and then I will move on and live my life. Oh my God. If only those rich people wasn't thinking like you. It's not about the money, my friend. It's about this human experience. It's about the way that you lived your life. That's why we are in this state of the world. The world favors people with more power, dominant, violence, because if you have the heart to kill, you are one life ahead of the person that is not even thinking about killing someone else. And the funny part is, you might even kill someone else if you are in a situation. All the mammals are like that. And you are not any different than other mammals. You're, after all, an animal. If you feel that you are getting killed, you will try to kill the predator. Don't get me wrong, though. I'm not saying go kill. I'm just trying to tell you that this journey starts within. You gotta downsize whatever is going on inside and outside. minimalism is your way out. For any human being on this planet, really, minimalism is the way out. With the world that's so many accessories and so many possibilities to acquire new things and new gadgets and new shit and new, you will always be burdened. You will always end up buying a replacement, right? Especially in the digital era, nothing really lasts, not even for a few years. Look at your gadgets, look at your digital things. They die after a few years. So if you have to own a phone for the rest of your life, how many phones you gotta change, right? This is absolutely nonsense. How many phones I have to buy and upgrade and upgrade and buy and upgrade for the rest of my life? Man, this is insane. How much money you have to earn to just buy this goddamn phone? Forget about other things, just phone. Because without carrying this phone, you're nobody, right? You can't do anything. Then you have to replace it at least every 5 years, because the shit will stop working. When the things were mechanical, yeah, you could deal with things because mechanical things doesn't really go away so soon, right? It's just a digital world that you have to continuously keep on replacing things. So at least don't buy digital things that it creates that bondage for you. You want to clean the floor? Yeah, you want to buy one of these Roombas, right? That they clean the floor themselves. These vacuum cleaners. Yeah, you have to replace that shit for, I don't know, after 5 years. Then you have a blender, then you have dishwasher, then you have coffee machine, then you have what? Hundreds of other electronics. Well, of course you will be in this misery. When do you want to get it, When do you want to just drop it and do things mechanically? The way your body is designed to do things for you, and you avoid it. Because for what? You want to watch TV instead. Well, that's the TV that is ruining you. That whole entertainment is nonsense. Have you ever felt any good after watching some nonsense movie, huh? Even the most feel good movie, after all, will leave you empty. Or it will come to your dreams and just even disrupt your sleep. You watch the whole TV show in one day. What do you expect your brain to do? Like you all day watch 10 episodes of Viking, dude. How do you expect me to go to sleep? How can I make sense out of this thing that I had just watched? Like I was in a war for 10 hours. So you might be going through a lot, huh? That's your brain, right before sleep. I was like that myself. It's not that I'm blaming you. No, I'm just trying to point out certain things that you might not standing in that perspective. Maybe I can give you that perspective. And maybe the seed will go on and sprout in your being and start helping you to go toward that self-discovery. Okay, minimalism first, right? From tomorrow, from today, find something and throw it away. Perhaps keep journaling. Throw it away and write down why did you throw away. I promise you, after a month, you feel so much lighter. After a month, you feel a different person. If you keep on doing it for a month, and if you run out of physical things that you are still yet not ready to throw it away, it's okay. Do mental cleanup. Throw away all your traumas, throw away all your victimizing attitude, all the guilt, all the shame. Throw away. You have so much of them. Man, you have so much shame, you have so much guilt that you can easily throw away and never look back. Go through this let go process, okay? Whenever you see this video, no matter when, start this let go process. Start throwing away. Start throwing out things that you don't need in your life. I promise you, even the simple act of mentally throwing away your traumas, your shame, your guilt will create an environment for you to grow. Just take a few minutes every day to sit with yourself and throw away whatever you don't need. If you find it difficult to go so far back in the past, just do past week, do the same day. Do this process in the evening and throw away whatever happened during the day. And I'm not talking about just keep the good things and throw away the bad thing. No, throw away everything. This process of good and bad is gonna kill you, man. I keep on saying man, I don't mean man, you know? Figure of a speech. That's the problem. Don't take my words literally. We already established that, right? I think for now, that's enough. For now, you just get on with this let go process, dropping out things that you don't need in your life physically and mentally. And I will talk to you sometime later. Yeah, I'm really glad we're really creating this bond. I'm just really grateful and thankful for you being here because this is a mutual thing, you know, it's a mutual fulfillment. There's a bird there. In the way. You take care of yourself. Bye.